Hey guys, Type here bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Kholodny Ferma. Playing for today, spawning on the left we have Forres playing as Ostheer. And his loadout is German Infantry, Storm, and Mechanized Assault. Facing off against him on the right we have Suora playing as the Brits, who has Royal Engineers, Tactical Support, and Royal Artillery. In terms of rankings here, Forres rank 25 as Ostheer, Suora in the 70s as Brits. Seen a bit of wire off action here. I think this is a really good wire off to go for as a left-hand player. Otherwise this building can be a real nuisance. Do also like the sandbag over here as well.
We have a fresh grenadier
Just in case they still jump in it. Help mitigate that a bit. Tank trap as well, also a good option. Going for the full wire off package here, going through this channel. On the truck, though, maybe there could be like 1 or 2 heavy cover positions over here. Oh, going for the full wire off as well on this avenue also, so making it really tough to flank around here. With the machine gun covering the cutoff, but we see Suora going for a very defensive start here. Just capping up this side of the map, and now it's starting to get things going. Trying to get into the heavy cover position there, but gets suppressed by the machine gun before they manage to make it in. Grenadiers coming around on the flank. Warriors a little bit late starting the third Grenadier here. We've got a whole bunch of Tommies coming in from multiple angles trying to just bully the heavy machine gun out of the house. He's jumping out, going to try to dish it out to this squad from this angle. This is a good split though from Suora, coming in from 3 angles, making it least likely that he's going to get suppressed all at once. But Grenadiers coming in from the south from Forres, taking down this Tommy squad fast. They have to jump out, but it looks like machine gun might have to jump out shortly as well. Forres trying to hang in there. Grenadiers coming in from this side on this Tommy squad, but in come the grenades onto the building exit, and he gets the wipe. Going to go for the steal. Oh, Suora making the big plays here. Forres trying to push it, you know, stay aggressive with that machine gun, stay in the building for as long as possible, but ends up paying the ultimate price there. The grenade tech coming through, getting the steal. That is huge in the early game. Forres in some big trouble now. Grenade in. But Suora does dodge. Has to run across the road though on the soft retreat, taking a lot of bleed there. And Forres trying to take advantage of this moment of weakness for Suora. Jump onto the cutoff. Grenade on. A good dodge. Oh, he's softening up the squad inside the building. But yeah, this is important for Forres to do as much damage as he can right now, because he's a little bit behind after losing the MG42. And he's going to be feeling that shortly. It's Suora complete the AEC tech. AEC's going to be coming in a little bit later because of the grenade tech though. And Panzer Grenadiers coming in from Forres. Rifle grenade onto the machine gun. Pretty good damage, but could potentially lose the squad on retreat now because of that rifle grenade. Oh, and does! Oof, okay, Forres in some deep, deep trouble now. Losing the MG42, okay, that's a catastrophe, but losing a squad on top of that, he is in some big, big trouble. Okay, that's a telemine down over here, interesting. Maybe that's his way back into the match. Oh boy, Pio's crossing the road on the negative cover, nearly go down. Made on, but dodged. Gotta be careful with this negative cover here on Kholodny. But I do quite like negative cover. I feel like a lot of the newer maps just don't have enough negative cover these days. Ones that are maybe going to make it in with the map patch whenever that arrives. he's trying to fight a 3v1 here. Probably should just get out. No mid bunker yet though from Fouriers. So no healing available. Grenadiers closing the distance and go down to the grenades. Gonna look for a wipe in response, but P-Green's dropping a model there. Probably not going to be able to get any more. Stormtroopers deployed from Fouriers, but get spotted before they can spring an ambush, and the infantry section does make it out alive. Oh man, Fouriers suffering big time, but still hanging in and still managing to get the capping going. Getting on top of the cutoff, going for the 5-man green package from German infantry. Bit of run and gun looking for the wipe here. I think he should have continued the chase there. Could have potentially got it. At least chased to the edge of the capture circle. But yeah, Fouriers, you know, in spite of losing so many units so far, is doing a good job on the map control. And the Suora is investing into the AEC, but maybe not going to be that useful. Fouriers not going to go for a 2-2-2 this late on. Okay, getting things going after a bug split there. Stormtroopers do get a bit of an ambush, forcing a retreat. Maybe could get a grenade off here to... No, it doesn't. Oh no, is he going to lose this? Oh my god!
We are suffering losses.
Stormtroopers go down as well. Fouriers having a nightmare so far this match. Still, somehow, like, look at this. He's holding on to over half the map this whole time. Because he's got some good engagements going. But man, he's trying to push a couple of these things a little bit too much. You know, trying to linger in these fights for a tiny bit too long. Got another Telemine down here. So double tellers, maybe that can be his way back in. Taking out the AEC. But, Sapper's coming out now, but Suora, having spammed quite a few nades, doesn't have a sweeper upgrade on quite yet. Eagren's what's that squad away? MG changing directions here, but it does reveal itself. Eagren's sneaking around the corner. Going for the retreat now. Oh! Thought he might linger a little bit longer there. Hope for the AEC to run over the mine. Try and bait it. Speaking of baits, Stormtroopers on the north, forcing their retreat. So we've got some infantry sections charging into Fouriers' territory finally. But Fouriers, you know, he has held on to his territory pretty well. Has completed battle phase 2. Hurting for manpower though, that might be the biggest impact for his tank timing. And another machine gun coming in for Suora. It's a little bit surprising. There's also... Oh! Here we go. It hits the teller and the AEC goes down the north. That is definitely what Fouriers needed to get back into this match. But yeah, I'm a little bit surprised to see the Vickers, though I do think the Vickers is pretty good on Kholodny Ferma. What you can do is destroy cover these hedges here. And once it gets Vet 1, it's just like such a weapon from this house. With the church covering the centre. So I'm a big fan of that. Sweeper's coming in now for Suora after the Telemine goes off, so probably going to detect this one. But nice, you know, Fouriers with the Talus. Saving the day. And these engagements going really well for Fouriers, just time and time again. In spite of having lost, what, 3 squads is it now?
They're trying to take it.
Just picking these engagements really well. So maintaining a lot of map control. Still hasn't got the mid bunker either. So healing on these P-Greens and whatnot will be a bit hard to come by. And Fouriers decided to invest in a machine gun here. Interesting choice. Kind of has 2 pathways. You can try and like invest in some army now, try and recapture some map control and territory control assist in the fighting. Or he can go all in, try to get a tank out as quickly as possible, because his territory control has been pretty good so far. And I think I personally probably would have gone for the tank. I would have gone for a flak panzer rush from this position. And yeah, that's exactly what Fouriers is doing, putting down the tech now, instead of building that machine gun. I think that's the right choice. Just trying to rebuild your army back at this stage is not going to work out too well. And Suora, having invested into bolster, AEC, and grenades, his medium tank's going to be coming in quite slowly. So there's a good window here for Fouriers to build a medium tank and do a lot of damage. So this is definitely the right choice, and it is going to be the flak panzer as well, which I think is also the right choice. Just inflict a maximum infantry bleed. Can't really afford to wait that extra bit of fuel for the Panzer IV, especially with this fuel, so little fuel income coming in at the moment. Every second counts right now. Send a grenade out, but Stormtroopers in a 2v1, not having much of a chance. I thought he might try and throw a smoke.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
5-man greens on the fuel. But 3v1 here, need to get out. Looks like they're winding up for a grenade maybe there, but decides against it. But here comes the flak panzer. Oh man, could even lose this now if he's a little bit unlucky. Maybe with a bit of run and gun on that squad crossing the road, could have got the wipe there. Here comes the flak panzer, mass retreat from Suora. Doesn't have any T-gun, maybe somewhat covering the retreat path here, so that's pretty good.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Before he's just trying to put the hurt in. This is his chance to get the kills back here. Maybe look for a wipe. Mass retreats from Suora. Didn't see up the AT gun and the incoming flak panzer. Flak panzer chasing all the way to base here. Looking for a couple wipes. He's not quite going to get that one. He's sitting right on top of the AT gun. Suora with not enough manpower to build a second one. Engineers coming through. Might have to threaten the double snare. Flak panzer just ripping into the AT gun here. Snare connecting, but the reinforcements from the base structure keeping the AT gun alive for the moment. But Suora might be suffering a lot of bleed from this flak panzer until the second AT grenade can come through. And it looks like Fourier is going to pull back before that happens. But he got a lot of damage done there. 10 kills. Huge amount of bleed. And on the back of that, going to get a decent chunk of territory control coming in with a bit of extra bleed onto the retreating machine gun as well.
A capture point is being overrun.
That just does a lot of health damage. Not too much. P-Green's run over the mine down here. But still out. Still trying to hold on to territory. Suora going for tactical support. Interesting choice. T-gun missing its shot on the flak panzer. Flak panzer out here still doing the damage. Oh, but the engineers are going to get in there for the AT grenade. Flak panzer has to be very, very cautious. On the way to the north though, AT gun nowhere nearby. Stormtroopers, tough retreat. That's a big old British blob. Maybe could threaten a rifle nade here on the blob to help cover the retreat a bit. Here it comes now. A little bit late though. Doesn't do too much either. Man, Green's trying to stick around, but against a blob that big, I just wouldn't bother. After the rifle nade, I think it would have hit retreat. So Fourier's, I feel like he's pushing his retreats a little bit late and a few too many scenarios here. Obviously, it's cost him a couple squads, but even when it doesn't, like it's not that manpower efficient. Flak panzer getting repaired up, but Suora not too far away from a tank himself. Voorhees, though, constantly with the cut-off harassers and whatnot, has slowed down this next medium tank a long way, though. So that is good. And Voorhees just about there that he can build himself another tank, which is maybe going to be necessary because he doesn't have a T-gun at the moment. So Suora's medium arriving could be a lot of trouble for the Flak Panzer. Might be a Stug investment from Voorhees. Though Stug can be a little bit tricky to use on this map, compared to something like crossing in the woods, for example. And there we go, a T-gun connecting through the center on the Flak Panzer. Might even get a second shot off here. The attack ground, no, missing. It's marked, but good attempt. Flak Panzer in the south, but not much here for it to really shoot at the moment. And good AT gun reposition here. Connects with the Flak Panzer. Flak Panzer probably going to have to pull back for repairs now. Too risky. Pie's retreating to base, so does have a pretty good pathway. Can just retreat to base as well, meet them there. Not really what he wanted for a second burst with the Flak Panzer. Wanted to keep up the pressure before Suora got his tank out. That has not been the case. MG on MG action here, but incendiary grenade coming through. So Suora's MG42 pulling back. Grenades onto this machine gun. Voorhees gets out before the second one lands, though. The Vickers out the back, shutting down any more action. Clear damage from the Flak Panzer. Ooh. Maybe got one of our squads. In the south? Rifle nade. Or bundle grenade? Rifle nade gets a wipe. On one of the infantry sectors. Man, I didn't even see that. It looks like Suora didn't either. Good work there from Voorhees. And now a Panzer IV coming through for Voorhees. Suora a tiny bit late starting the Cromwell here. And that means that the Panzer IV is going to come in time to keep the Flak Panzer safe. Could be a wipe here, especially if he throws a grenade into the retreat path. Does not attempt it though. Interesting. Quite a lot of munitions in reserve for Suora. I think it's worth going for her.
Squad, shut it. We are receiving new orders.
Do have some pretty powerful abilities though with the forward observation post. And maybe could even put it on this building here and still be in a relevant position for this map. If he doesn't want to put down a forward assembly. Though a forward assembly around here is also quite strong. And allowing some good control in the center with the forward reinforcements. And does have a decent amount of manpower in reserve to maybe afford a forward assembly like that at the moment. Help seal the game with that strong VP control. Going for a universal carrier though, which is a very strange choice at this stage of the game. The only thing I can think of is that he wants to build a command vehicle on it. Oh, triggers a mine there. But you can't put a command vehicle on a universal carrier these days, so that was maybe a mistake. I'm not going hunting after the Panzer IV. Flak Panzer threatening maybe to come in on the rear of the Cromwell, chip in for some extra damage. A T-gun doesn't quite get sight, but main gun crit on the Panzer IV. Heartbreaking for Voorhees. Down it goes. Flak Panzer trying to get the damage done. Oh, calling in the fragmentation bombing run. Suora not paying attention, backing away now. Frag bombs get this done, but not that much damage. Avoids most of that. AT gun goes down the center. Flak Panzer needs to get on the rear arm of the Cromwell though if it wants to do the damage. He's trying to phase through the Cromwell, popping the blitz, trying to get on the rear of it now. Cromwell needs to land one more shot. He's staying stationary for that final shot. And the Flak Panzer goes down.
They're trying to take it.
Oh man. I think Voorhees made a slight mistake there bringing in the fragmentation bombing run from the north. If he brought it in from the south, would have arrived a little bit faster. Probably connected better on the Cromwell because Suora was a little bit late on the dodge. And yeah, the Flak Panzer just not quite penetrating enough to take down the Cromwell. Now Voorhees is in some big trouble. And yeah, pops the flame upgrade on the universal carrier, but yeah, as I said, I think he was hoping to put a command vehicle on it, but you can't.
An engineer unit is ready for action.
Okay, calling in the field sappers. This puts flares up over all the vehicle wrecks that are in the vicinity. In this case, all the flak panzer on the Panzer IV.
A capture point is being overrun.
Okay, universal carrier. Get some flames on there. So he's going to continue on his way forwards, go for the machine gun in the centre.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Can also put like a mortar pit down around here as well. Here comes a Stug from Forest. Shot connecting. Oh, good pathing so far in the UC, but about to run over the teller. No! Skates past it on the road. The UC quite quick. Oh, that was an explosion right there. Telemai getting triggered.
We are losing a sector.
Universal carrier going down with the Wasp upgrade, which is also a huge bang. That was cinematic.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Before is, still managing to hold on to a decent chunk of territory, a bit behind on VPs, but hasn't suffered much harass on his fuel or munitions so far this game. So in a decent position in that department. Just got a whole bunch of team weapons, kind of quite static at the moment for Suora, kind of camped close to the centre. Not really maximising their efficiency. And a lot of manpower float as well. Could essentially have like 2 more units out on the battlefield capping, getting aggressive. Maybe, as I said, a forward assembly over here, combining with the forward observation post could be really nice. Looks like he is going for a hammer now, so going to try to get those comets out. And some mines down. Yeah, Suora should be pushing it a bit more, given his advantage. Allowing Forays back into the game here.
Hammer skills are being readied.
Salvaging these wrecks though, getting a bit of resources. It's not incredible though, the salvage. Double stormtroopers shut down in the south by the Cromwell. Green's getting a bit of a flank on the Vickers though. Forcing that away. Cromwell coming into the centre, but the Stug is there. Doesn't quite get the shot on though. Missing.
The enemy cut our supply line.
And then second anti-tank gun coming in for Suora. I feel like what Suora is missing at the moment is even more anti-infantry than anti-tank. Stug going chasing after the Cromwell. Cromwell down the road, very low. One more shot needs to connect. Gonna go for attack ground, but yeah, you can't shoot through that particular part of the map. Missing its shot. Cromwell popping the smoke. Cromwell trying to dodge forwards. Stood overcommitting a bit. Coming forwards, but connects. And was that a miss, or was that an attack ground attempt from Suora? Flores has to stick around for a little bit longer to finish off the abandoned Cromwell, and that puts his Stug in jeopardy now. Royal Engineers with the snare threatening. If he just sets up the AT gun in this direction, keeps the engineers over here, Stug's got nowhere to go.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our
Snare's
points.
coming in for the snare, for the finish on the Stug. Got a range there, and that's going to be it. But in the meantime, what's going on over here?
Our capture point.
Squad's gone, and 6-pounder getting decrewed. Forays gone for the steal. Picks it up just before the suppression kicks in, but the Vickers at close range is a beast. Wipes that really quickly. But yeah, after losing that infantry section, I'm not sure exactly where it went down. Was that one to the
Line's been cut.
grenade? I'm not sure. But yeah, Suora with not that much infantry anymore. About to hit the Comet timing though. And that will be strong against Forey's Panzer IV. Trying to get in there for a rifle nade, but unsuccessful. Secondary rounds could even get the wipe now if he's a little bit unlucky. Nope.
Damned enemies trying to
Let's
take a
get
point
away.
from us.
Still no mid bunker back there though. There we go, got the smoke on the stormtroopers now. What's the machine gun to reposition? In fact, he's just got a hard retreat that.
Ready for battle.
And Forey's with a tremendous amount of territory control. Here comes the Comet. That'll be big trouble for Forey's. Forey's with a huge amount of float himself. Probably needs to field an anti-tank gun as well at this stage. You haven't seen a tank for this long from Suora. You have to expect something like the Comet or Churchill. In which case the Panzer IV is not going to be sufficient to defend against it. It hasn't gone for the bulletin, which allows faster anti-tank gun production either. For doing some nice damage in the south. Got the engineers in the north getting some territory up there. But taking a long way around here. Oh man, I think he's going to try snip this wire to cover his retreat. That is a... Oh no, going for destroy cover, okay. Manages to avoid the damage. I was going to say, if he snips the wire, I'm pretty sure it's slower than destroy cover. I lost the squad. Oh boy. Panzer IV goes down to the Comet straight away. The double AT gun through the center. Forey's. Just as he's fighting his way back in, suffers another setback like that. Now Suora's cruising on easy street.
Supply line's been cut.
Probably about due to build another infantry section, or maybe even a sniper could be a decent option. But yeah, Suora seems to have a bad habit of floating too much throughout most of this match. There's a large float. Do have a fuel cache down by Forey's, which is pretty rare to see in a 1v1. He's helping him towards the next tank, which I imagine is going to be a Strug. Just to help deal with the Comet. Going for an AT gun now though, finally. Distributing those medkits. They are free with the 5-man upgrade to the MG42. Putting down a tower, that's also a good idea. Good position for it as well. But the sweepers coming forwards for Suora. And this is the good play. Destroying cover on the building. I really like that option, but at the moment, Forey's with the MG superiority in the center. Got there first.
Gun is ready for enemy forces are securing our territory.
Coming through the center. Oof. Building very low after that. Forey's jumping out. Could potentially go down. Close call. Strug is going to be the option for Forey's. Beacon's coming in. MG jumping into this building. Gonna throw a grenade. Could do a lot of damage. A lot of units in there. Jumps out with MG and now the engineers. Colin getting a good hit there. Peagrin's getting low. Gonna chase him for the wipe though. It is coming in from the north, getting a bit of a flank cooking as well.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
T-gun opening up on the Comet. squad heading to the north for Suora. Doing some decent damage in the center, but does take some damage from the pack in response. He's going to pull that back for repairs at this stage.
Just give us a target.
Okay, a lot of Grenadier med kits coming out now. Oh, looks like he moved the P-Greens. Oh no, did manage to get it through. Pushing from the Stug. MG on MG action in the center. Oh, Gammon Bomb! Oh! Wipes the MG, but wipes his own squad as well. That's kind of getting pushed around by the Stug a bit. Messing with the pathing and... Oh boy, big mistake there for Suora. Stug camped in the center. AT going finds a shot on it. Comet going chasing, maybe looking for the kill.
The capture point is being overrun.
Decides against it. Looking for the wipe on the Pio. Sticks around maybe a little bit long. Stug coming back in. But the Comet's armor holds up.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Third machine gun? I didn't even notice that. It's Suora with again a huge amount of float. I'm not sure exactly why. Like, there's nothing to save for. There's no Comet coming in. Okay, rebuilding 256 is now way overdue though. Rebuilding 1. Could go for an engineer squad on top of that as well. And there's one engineer at the moment, having lost the other one.
The enemy cut our supply line.
So a decent option. Could also put down a, well, it's pretty unpopular, but a forward assembly in his base for healing. Given that he's so low on infantry sections at the moment with the medkits, a lot of his units are low. A lot of options on how to spend the manpower. You gotta spend it.
Infantry squad trained and
Especially
ready
when
to
you've got a player like there has been at stages down and out like Furious by not making as many use as you can. Kind of just allowing them back in the game. Can't keep the pressure up.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
Saw Furious briefly building a Stug, but instead cancelling that and going for battle phase 3. Just strange. Still has a decent amount of VPs though, Furious. Like, if he was below 100, he probably would just have to stay on tier 3 and do the best he can. But I guess with, 184, he feels like he's got enough time to get something going from tier 4. Okay, equipping these guys with some Wrens now. Should help them against the highly vetted squads.
Down to 300 points.
But yeah, a lot of downtime here for Suora. Spent a lot of time getting this Comet healthy again. Stormtroopers revealed by the Comet. Gets a bit of a crush cooking. Good crush. He's up going for a grenade, but may lose a squad for the trouble. Stopping, hoping to get the max accuracy. Pack coming in from Furious long range. Can't pop in the war speed. Chasing in. Gotta stop. One last shot. Really lucky for Furious getting away there. You've been still continuing on the flank. Still coming in from the north. Comet chasing those away too. Where's he going with the squad? Just as he's about to get the drain going. Okay, we've got a forward observation post deployed on this building, as I thought. It's a decent option. Oh, was it Talamine there that he spotted? I didn't even see that. It's kind of behind the trees from the common camera angle. Now pushing in, double AT guns on the run. And the squad through the center. I think if I was Suora, I would have brought in my Comet over here, gone for an attack ground on the teller, just so I don't forget about it later on, because I've definitely spotted a mine like that and forgotten about it later on. And yeah, so I could probably do with another engineering squad as well, just speed up repairs on this Comet. Does have plenty of munitions in reserve though, so it can start to make use of some of these abilities. Artillery cover could be decent. The strafing air support also very strong. But just sitting on it at the moment. Sitting on a lot of resources too. Stug into the center. T-guns there as well, opening up on the Stug. Dodges the bundle grenade in the building. Stug pulls back. And we're just about out for 4S. After that, probably going to need a second pyro for repairs. Comet War speeding down the road, looking for another wipe. Oh, Pack's going to get some more shots in. Faust connecting. Oof, missing. And calling in the planes. Decent idea. This actually does quite a lot of damage to infantry. We're coming through the center. Double AT guns are there. One of them set up. Bouncing its first shot though. MG in the center in some trouble. So we're a little bit slow getting this one going. Now coming around the corner, but that could be trouble against the Brumbier. And we gets the wipe on one of the AT guns. Comet out the back, but it's quite low on health. Stug opens up, and there we go. Manages to get the kill on the decrewed AT gun. And Comet still very, very low on health. Can't really contribute in this fight. Which is why he needed a second engineering squad. Kind of sent one squad forwards to threaten the snare. Ooh, a lot of damage from the planes. Nearly takes down the 5-man Grenadier. That was really close. We'll be in the north now against the machine gun. This is where the mass machine gun, or mass team weapon play really from Suora could backfire against the Brumbier. A bit slower to dodge. Quite vulnerable, especially with Suora. Struggling for healing at the moment. Couple of his infantry sections not having the medkits equipped until now.
They're trying to take it.
And 4 is hanging on. That's just asking for a Brumbier one shot. Okay, there we go. So we're packing it up. Putting it behind heavy cover this time. Good idea. Now pushing back out. More Bren's second Comet coming through.
There's a Comet tank ready to go.
4 is just about even up the VP situation. There's a decent, infantry base. A lot of veterancy on them. So a little bit of resource float himself. As I said, I think another higher squad for repairs would be a good idea. Let's put down a couple tellers though. That could come back to bite Suora, who now deploys a second squad of engineers. He's coming in on the rear of this Vickers, getting a bit of flank cooking. Could even get wiped here. Comet in the south. Needs to escort these troops against all these units with camo. Okay, oh, triggers the mine just by a lucky scatter shot. Maybe that was intact ground, actually, after seeing that second hit come through. Pack, though, in the south for 4S. Second Comet is there. A T-gun through the center. What is that coming through? That's the Is it a bombing strike? I would not be using that right now. Comet charging forwards, hits the Teller, going for the flank on the Brumbier, trying to get the kill on it, and does. So you can Comet there, Stug and Pack repositioning. Comet can try and retreat through to the north. Are there any Tellers on his retreat path? Doesn't look like it. Grenadier's coming in though, maybe could get 2 Fausts off to finish the job. Looks like the Comet's going to come down the gap in the church. Got a target weak point from the Pack. Comet's in a bit of trouble here. Got the AT gun forwards for Suora. Comet backing away, trying to juke the Stugs. But the Stug connecting, getting the finishing blow off. Stug also going down to the 6-pounder though. Second Comet does get away and took down both the Stug and the Brumbier there. So overall, pretty good trade for Suora. 2 for 1. Leaving the low health Vickers out here though. Looks like the Grenadier's going to come around the corner on him. And get the D crew, all the veterancy gone.
Heavy machine gun crew killed.
Pulling back now. But 4 is with the VP control. Coming into the center. Second machine gun also getting forced away. I suppose there's no VP in the center at the moment. Trying to throw that grenade into the retreat path there, but doesn't really work out. Looks like Suora maybe going to try save for another Comet. 4 is, I'm unsure. Maybe a Panther? Hard to tell. Tactical advance here used, looking for the wipes. Could catch this infantry section. 5-man Grenadier there as well. Going for the run and gun, maybe as it crosses the road. Just before he gets to the road.
Enemy got one of our squads.
Squad down for Suora. Tactical advance is nasty on those stormtroopers. Good against retreating squads. Okay, Panther is going to be the choice for Fouriers. That's a good choice. So I did lose one of the anti-tank guns. But, oh, what's he done? I saw I had a bit more fuel in this. I thought the next Comet was coming in a bit earlier. But Fourier is actually going for this cutoff at this stage. Working really well. Going to slow down that next Comet by a decent amount. It is jumping onto the capture circle. Oh, another ambush. But this time the Comet here coming in for the crush. Good timing on the retreat from Fouriers though. Looks like 2 or 3 models were about to get squished. They retreat just in the nick of time. Oh, good positioning on the Pack as well. Getting the shot through. He's going to go for the Faust behind that damaged engine. And the Panther hitting the field. This could be curtains for the Comet. But double engineers down here needs to be bringing down the AT gun to help defend the Comet. Comet tries to go for a grenade, which is really bad. Tommy goes down in the north to the Panzer Grenadiers. And in comes the Panther looking for the finishing blow. Missing its shots so far. 6-pounder still not moving. There we go. Oh, both shots connecting. Comet in trouble. And down it goes. Suora not too far away from another Comet. Not the end of the world. But having lost quite a few squads now. I'll throw in the towel. Well, yeah. Suora with the huge lead. Fouriers, you know, trying to push it to the limit on a lot of those retreats in the early game, got punished so far behind, but Suora letting him back in the game, constantly floating so many resources the entire match. Didn't really keep up enough pressure on Fouriers. You can see there's just also a difference in skill in these two players. Suora with a lot of downtime on the units in between fights, not really like capping around the map. Takes a long time to get tasks like repairs done, stuff like that. Didn't really plant too many mines either. And, you know, in this last situation, Took engine damage on the Comet in the south. Didn't bring the AT gun over until like super late. Tried to go for the AT grenade. Few mistakes, but yeah, definitely a differential in the skill level though. Suora kept it competitive. Nearly got the win here. Just needed just a little bit more of a push. Could have got Fories out of this game. But Fories would, hang in there, hang tough. Good use of ambush camo. Really good engagements generally, apart from the ones where he retreated too late. Did a really good job this game and fought back strong. The flak panzer timing, very, very important. Suora investing so much into the AEC, which died. All the infantry upgrades allowed that flak panzer to do so much damage, helped Fories get back into this match. GG, well played. Anyway, guys, wrap on that. If you like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.